Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 14 Week 1, Day 4. So today, of course, we got ourselves the class event for the Necromancer class. Of course, Necromancer, pretty well-rounded. It just is outclassed by quite a few things. That's not bad. There's a lot of ways to passively gain souls. Most noteworthy has a 50% mana start into the 7% insta-kill, and while also having stealthy. So it's an okay hero class. Normally you use Archmages if you want something cast-oriented, or like any other stealthy option if you want something with stealthy. So it doesn't tend to get too much usage, but it's good in like 4 times undead teams and stuff like that. Very rarely used though, despite it actually not being a bad hero class. What is this? A 2 bonus reward? I didn't see this thing. That's still not worth it, but I guess they're... oh, that's if you purchase all the stock. Gosh. Why would you buy that many? I need purple deeds, and I don't need them that badly. Even at $1, I'm not sure I would take them for that. Man, it was... Oh, we got the kill 150 purple today. Ooh, that's a purple thing I will do today, though. So yeah, we mostly just have the class event. Tomorrow we're going to have a mythic, though. It is the first Friday of the month, so we'll be able to get that, which will be nice. And, yeah, we'll probably mostly be opening Volky, so maybe we'll detour a little bit into, maybe some quick kill in Cinder Mirage, so we can get some of those purple kills. Anyways, let's start with the event. We'll just grab the team that we mentioned on Monday, Necromancer class. Basically just going all in on Black Manacle, with a little bit of support behind it, and that is the game plan. Alright, let's roll with this, and should be good to go. Paste that in there, boom, boom, boom. Alright, good to go. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello, let me start from the top. Hello Anthony, hello Tyrion, hello Chad, hello Cookie, hello Hollywood. Let's see, epic trial time. Let's see, since the fix won't be in place until next week. Oh, did they mention on the forum it's not going to be until next week? Oh. Well, we're going to have to do it soon then. I think we're still going to do it on Saturday, as I mentioned earlier. But I don't know, I guess we could technically do it right now if we really wanted to. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Jonian. Hello, everyone else. Hello, Super Sushi Ninja. Welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you all been having a wonderful week so far. We have Green to Skull. Green to Skull doesn't really do anything. So we'll grab this. Also, I don't remember if the Mythic tomorrow was good or not, which is probably a sign that it was bad. I'll go look at it real quick just to peek after we finish out these battles, because I honestly completely forget. I know I've looked at it before. I just do not recall exactly what it is off the top of my head. I even looked at it on Monday because I needed it for the thumbnail. Because whenever there's only one troop that comes out on Monday and there's a Mythic on the Friday, I generally just put the Mythic there as the second troop. And yeah, I actually forget what he did, even though I literally looked at it as recently as Monday. So, hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. It must be pretty bad if I already forgot, though. Generally, if they're insanely good, I tend to remember them. So it must be average or below average. I don't think it was super bad. It was just, like, not good. It was in, like, that weird middle category. Where it's like, you know, it's usable, but you're likely never really going to use it. Which makes it almost unusable in a sense. It's a weird category that a lot of troops are in. Where, you know, they're not bad, but there's just better options, so they almost never get used. It's a category that a lot of troops are, as you would kind of expect with like 1,200 something within a game. That most of them kind of would fall in that like middle category. Of not bad, but not good enough to use. The problem is, I feel like a lot of newer mythics are like that. We probably only get like 2 to 3 like insane mythics per year. And then the rest are just kind of filler. Oh yeah, I remember what he is now. Saying bad mythic just made me remember what he does. He is a Groshnock troop. Oh yeah, he was actually kind of fun. I don't feel like I'll use him because I don't use the other variant of him. But yeah, he's basically like that one troop that creates skulls at the beginning of every single turn, except he does it as Doom Skulls. And he has a slightly different ability. But yeah, he was okay. He's basically, gosh, he's actually in a weird category where theoretically having 2 or 3 of him would be stronger than only having 1. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother going for that many. But hopefully we'll get lucky and just randomly get 2 very quickly. Because I might actually try for 2. I highly doubt I'm going to go for 3, though. Because the gimmick already exists, but the gimmick that currently exists is Skulls at beginning of turn instead of Doom Skulls at beginning of turn. So Doom Skulls, of course, giving a lot more value if it lands. Of course, if it misses, that's the inverse way direction, where it's giving the enemy even more value, so higher risk, higher reward if it actually lands. Replace Underworld Dragon with 3 of that guy? Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. I'm not sure if I'm going for 3, though. Because that's a lot of resources to put down. Though we do have the spear, so you know what? Maybe we'll go for it. We'll see. I was thinking of 2 of him with like one of the previous dragon or something. But we could just technically just triple up on him. The problem is getting 3 of them. But if we get super lucky on it, we'll definitely go a little bit further. If we get super unlucky on the first one, we'll probably not even bother though. We'll see. I don't know, maybe we'll still get 3 just to show its viability. Or lack thereof. Because the normal variant of it always runs with 3. Like, you would never run that one other dragon on its own. Even in the pure faction you don't. You run 3 or 4 of it. Because there's like almost nothing else in the faction. More so than anything. Though I don't see any reason why you would need 4 of that mythic though. You'd always need like a mana accumulator or something to offset it. Even just hero existing. 4 would just be a little overkill. But who knows, maybe. Because 8 Doom Skulls at the start of every fight. That is mana accumulation. You couldn't really do that with the other dragon. So yeah, you know what? There is actually an argument for 4, I guess. Because that wouldn't work with the normal dragon, because skulls don't mana accumulate for you. Unless you get like really lucky off a cascade. However, 8 Doom Skulls do actually mana accumulate. It's not a lot of mana accumulation. But the amount of board clear that you get, combined with the explosion mana, it would mana accumulate to some degree. So yeah, you know what? Maybe we will. Though that's really overboard though. If we were to do 4 of them. I think what I'll probably do is see how long it takes to get 1. Maybe go for 2 or 3 then. And if 3 seems okay, maybe at a later point we'll go in Soul Forge and buy the 4th. Because we have more diamonds than we have any clue what to do with. In all fairness, we also have more keys than we know what to do with. But I feel like there's a likelier chance keys will have another purpose in the future compared to diamonds. Because they really have not added anything else to really use diamonds on in recent times. Speaking of which, when are Power Orbs finally get a purpose again? We're getting so many events, like the Spring event. Actually, we still have the Spring Shop available too for a couple more days. Of course, you can't earn more points to it by just spending your points. It's still around, and it has a Power Orb in it. Which we already claimed, of course. Take that over, get our Black Manacle. Is Black Manacle still one-shot range? Probably not. No, didn't think so. I don't think we've casted this a single time. I had it here in case we needed it for cleanup. And we might need it this fight just to make sure we get that poke down. You know what, let's just go for it, see what happens. So we'll do that, boom. You can only take so many skulls before we can take a skull of our own. And there we go, look at that, Black Manacle. Good enough. Alright, and the final set of battles. The good old Black Manacle carry. I feel like those are the only 2 weapons I ever run on Thursday. Black Manacle or Dawnbringer. It's also one of the only instances in the entire game where Dawnbringer is still viable. As like, best in slot for something. Which is kind of sad. Dawnbringer used to be used a lot more. There's some really rare circumstances you can still use it in Guild War, and of course there's Thursday class events, and that is basically the whole list. The biggest issue is it's a little bit slow of a weapon. Once it casts, it's not bad, but it also has no follow-up on its cast. Unless you get super lucky with the 2 destroys, which more often than not just backfire rather than actually giving value. I try for a red from Sky. I did not get it. 2 chances for red from Sky. We've missed both of them. Though it's, what, 1 in 7 chance. So it's actually slightly higher than 1 in 7. The colors have a slightly higher chance of falling than the skulls. But we missed 2 chances. But you gotta try for them. They eventually hit, especially in Guild War. Never know when you're gonna get it to land. When you desperately need it. Let's stick a skull here, I guess. I don't really have too many options on this board. I need Black Manacle mana. Oh, now we get the red. A little late. Let's see. Purple? Any purple? Purple? There we go. Double purple. That's what we needed. See, eventually, if you try to Sky long enough, you'll eventually get it. After enough attempts, it'll eventually give you the color you need exactly where you need it. That time, 2 times over. Alright, what do we need? I almost feel like denying yellow. Even though we don't use yellow. Mostly because Valraven existing. And the fact that we can't really get better mana. So we'll do a thing, that's fine. Alright, that shouldn't be too bad. He's gonna do his ability, but that really shouldn't do much. We're not blocked. Oh, we are gonna be blocked on purple after, though. We can always take brown, but there's not another brown to go take. Come on, give us a brown. Any brown, any brown. Brown? Oh, 1 off. He denied our brown. You know what? I'm just gonna go for skull. He'll do a thing. Somehow don't have extra turn skull. Come on, all I need is a brown. Because we're blocked on purple, although now we're not, so we can also go for purple. We can go for skull over there. Actually, wait. Can we double skull on this board? No, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna take the lower. Actually, I'm not sure which one I should have taken there. I need to get skulls next to each other so we can actually take a poke. Or purple. Purple works too. There we go. That was a weird fight. Valerie even almost considered leaving. Worst comes to worst, we could have just like double Azurus next to each other. Which I haven't done in a very long time. But it would work. Find a random skull on board, put a skull next to it, put another skull next to it the following turn. Basically a whole waste of a turn, but sometimes it's the only option. Yeah, we give him a little bit of value there, but it really doesn't matter as that should be the kill. And he goes down. 69 attack. There we go. And the final fight. And we're up against the good old Corvash. Corvash kind of annoying. Kind of on a timer to make sure you don't get mana drained by him. I remember him pre-nerf. He used to be so much fun. He used to be the meta at one point. He used to have 50% score reduction, as well as, I believe, a 14 mana cost instead of 15. Which is one of the numbers that has one of the biggest differences between the two numbers. The difference between the one increase from 14 to 15. Because you can't plus one a banner into 14. Or you can into 14, but you can't into 15. It doesn't work out the same. Anyways, there we go. Alright, so that's the class event completed. Let's go check the Mythic again real quick. I said after this we'd go check the Mythic. Though I kind of just re-remembered what the whole thing was. Is there a better way of farming trait stones? No. The quickest way to farm trait stones is literally just spam Explore 1 over and over again. With most likely Rowan Quick Kill. Because I'm pretty sure your account doesn't have the Ironhawk set up yet. But yeah, just Rowan Quick Kill and explore whatever the highest is that you can kill. Is pretty much the farming method. Which is probably Explore 3, I would assume. Okay, where were we? Let's go and check the Mythic. I was trying to figure out what was this doing. Good old Terran's World. Okay, so let's go click over to the troops. So, the Mythic coming out. This is coming out in 7 hours from now? Math. Yeah, about 7 hours. A little bit under 7. But basically 7 hours. And it's this guy. So he's actually, for Groshnak standards, he's like S++++. From a natural troop perspective, he's okay. The main gimmick he has is actually his very last trait here. One mythic that actually is used for its trait for once. And that is the Eye of Destruction. It creates 2 Doom Skulls at the start of its turn. This is very similar to a troop that already exists, of course. And is basically an upgraded version of this, the Great Worm. The Great Worm creates 2 skulls when its turns begin, normal skulls. Whereas this thing creates 2 Doom Skulls at the beginning of every single turn. They also have color overlap, so you can't really combine them together, or at least, not in that sense. Of course, they do tend to get spammed together, similar to how this will be spammed with himself as well. But yeah, they both do have color overlap, and they create 2 Doom Skulls at the start of turn. So you can't, do a mix, is basically what I meant by that. Like, let's say that other dragon was, like, a green-blue, and he was these colors. Like, you'd cover 5 colors at that point. But they use the same, so you can't really mix them. At least not without having full mana conflict. But anyways, that's his main gimmick. He creates create the 2 Doom Skulls at every single starter turn, and this does stack, so if you have 3 of them, that's 6. If you have 4 of them, that's 8. 2 of them, 4, so on and so forth. Anyways, explodes a row and deals magic times 2 plus 6 damage to a random enemy, boosted by red gems, brown gems, and skulls. So, I assume that's everything in the row, and honestly, that's not too bad. Let's say, for example, there are 10 of those within the row. That is 80 additional damage. That is going to hit for like 150-ish. It is completely random what it hits, but that is almost kill range. Depends what kind of mode you're doing. In PvP-like situations, it's unfortunately slightly less than kill range, but it's still a pretty sizable amount of damage while having board clear. Keep in mind, he's also going to have a ton of Doom Skulls on the board every single turn. So, for example, you're getting at minimum 2 Doom Skulls. So you can do your row destroy, and then try to align it with the Doom Skulls to get even more. And if you have like 2 of them on your team, 3 of them, however many, you'll almost be able to full board clear potentially, depending on where the Doom Skulls are located, assuming they did not automatically get taken at the start of your turn. In which case, if they did, well, you just got free skull value. So he'll be interesting to see how he works out. Definitely seems around like a A tier or so. He's basically just an upgraded version of what we already had. Which I wish they would just give him his 50% mana start back. He'd be so much better with it. But yeah, they're basically just adding a better Great Worm is essentially what's happening tomorrow. And it will also be Groshnak's strongest mythic. Because the competition is non-existent. Groshnak has been notorious for having some of the worst mythics in the entire game, and they finally decided to add a half-decent one for once. But yeah, it is has options such as Gargantar that does nothing, and then over time does slightly more than nothing while still doing nothing. He also have the ability of what was bad about this guy? Yeah, he kind of did the same thing but slightly better. But yeah, they kind of just kept upgrading the mythic. They started with like the lowest of the low. Then they went a little bit better, but still pretty underwhelming. It's kind of funny because this trait on an actual good anything would be insane. Monk actually has it, and Monk uses it pretty well. Though, oddly enough, Monk is not the meta, but he does use it pretty well. But this on like almost any good mythic would just be so absurd. Gain 4 mana when I take damage. Because you could do bleed onto it, poison onto it, stuff like that. And, you know, just keep getting it per turn. But unfortunately, he doesn't have any way to do that to himself. And his ability just isn't worthwhile. It could be half that mana cost, and it still wouldn't be worthwhile to really bother with that, most likely. But yeah, Groshnok, unfortunate. Lee has not really gotten much love for Mythic, so nice to see it finally get a half-decent one. And tomorrow in about 6.5 hours. Anyways, let's go clear out everything else. Let's go with dungeons. Can we play to guess that door tonight? No, we got trapped. We had a lot of traps lately. We got that double top floor perfect, and now haven't been getting much luck on them. Let's bring out the Zolgoth. Hey, let me go hand out a redeem code, too. Let's see. I haven't handed out one yet. Also, give it a moment. Gosh, the other computer's being so laggy right now. Give it a moment. You can't even open a notepad with like 20 lines of text on it. All of which like 10 characters long. Let's see. Get our destroy in there. Okay, we got it open. Here you go. Here is the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code you can find in your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. And give Steam word as always 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls. That is 500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And hey, if you save that gem key, you can use it for the mythic tomorrow. Doesn't mean you'll get the mythic. But statistically, if everyone were to use their gem key, over the course of 3 redeem codes, someone is going to get a mythic, most likely. Because each one has, I believe, several hundred claims. I want to say 300 these days. Every single one of the redeem codes we hand out. And if everyone was to open all 3, that is almost at drop rate after 3. Well, technically after 4. Which means over the course of the weekend, we'd hand out enough gem keys that someone who has redeemed one of them would have gotten a mythic, most likely. Let's see. And this is a mythic that's actually worth getting more than one of, oddly enough. The one coming out tomorrow. Not because it's like absurdly viable, but because the teams that would use it to a better degree actually do use multiple of it. Yeah, I am kind of curious to see how triple of him works. I don't think I'm going to go for quad, though. If I really want quad, I'll get it at a later point when he's in Soulforge. There's no way we're going more than triple. I might even stop at double, we'll see. Really just depends how lucky or unlucky we get on it. If we get the first one within like 200, then we're definitely going for more. I think what we'll do is drop maybe like 2,000 keys on, and however many we get is how many ever we get. Do something along those lines. Because I'll need some kind of cap in case we get super unlucky on it. Alright, there we go. Actually, let me go claim these 2, because one of the... No, we got stairs. I can say one of them might be a treasure. Oh, good thing we did not hit that. Could you imagine? Curse Silence in order of Curse Silence? That means even Impervious Zolgoth would have gotten Silence. Oh, that would have been awful. Good thing that didn't happen. That would have been the worst thing ever. That's one of the most annoying combos you could ever get hit by. The Curse Silence combo. Wow, we really lucked out today. Even though we didn't get a perfect. But we dodged the one of the worst combinations you get hit by. But anyways, there we go. Alright, so next order of business. Go clear out the little thingies. Then we need to go kill 1 billion reds. We gotta kill a lot of red today. You know what? What probably has enough damage? Let's go do the, we're gonna do some Volkies too. Actually, you know what? Volkies have 3 reds in it. Oh, no, it was purple we needed to kill, wasn't it? Wait, was it purple or red? Because if it's red, I could just do Volkies the entire time for those. But if it's purple, then, yeah, we're gonna need to hit up Center Mirage or something. I think it was purple. Double check in a second. Your skulls are on super skulls on Android for what? For what troop? Wait, there's task every day? No. The thing I was talking about was the upper objective. There's a 1 in 20 chance every single day that you get a kill 150 option instead of the normal kill 100. Where it tells you to kill 150 of something for 100 gems. But yeah, it's about a 5% chance per day. Which means you get it about once a month. But no, I'm not talking about the campaign, or the other thing, the Kingdom Pass, or whatever you'd call the other thing. But I'm referring to the top of Adventure Board. Not the campaign thingy. The campaign thingy's really easy. Honestly, they made it easier than ever. I'm still not sure how I fully feel about the campaign change. They made it easier than it has ever been in the history of the game to do it. But they also kind of gotten rid of any diversity. It just kind of gets done automatically, and you can kind of forget it even exists and still fully complete it. Which, I don't know, that's somewhat a good thing, somewhat a bad thing. Because they got rid of, like, the uniqueness of the mode. But they also made it so absurdly easy that I can't really complain. Because honestly, I wouldn't mind them doing that to most of the modes in the game. Okay, let's throw this down. Alright, there we go. For one, Arena could use a change like that. Anyways, or more so the Arena weekend. We do have an Arena weekend starting tomorrow, by the way. Which means we have no event this weekend, basically. Alright, we need to go kill a billion purple. But before we do, let's open some Volkies. Unfortunately, there's no purple here. But let's get to opening some. Probably won't do too many of them tonight, as we do have to kill a billion purple. But killing a billion purple honestly doesn't take that long. Center Mirage's average is probably 2 per battle, maybe even closer to 3 or 2.5. We can kill it 6 times per minute. Ooh, we're doing good on the Silver Glories. That's back-to-back days of Silver Glory, not bad. Now, where's our Gold Glory? No, in all fairness, I kind of was needing a couple more silvers. I think our silver and gold were almost the same number at one point. Now the silver's getting back to its rightful place of being higher. As it should be. It has a whole 1% higher chance of occurring compared to a gold one. And we're consuming them at the same rate, because the only way I've been using them so far is to fully max out a troop. Like, you know, I'm not just like silvering it or something. I go all the way to gold every time. Oh wait, what are you doing? How did you live with 1 HP? It's not allowed. Actually, that reminds me. Let me switch to full magic. Oh, that reminds me too. I haven't done the guild thingy thing. You know what? Let me go do that right now, actually. Before I forget. Because I almost already forgot. We'll be done with it by tomorrow night, most likely, though. Oh, double orange. Boo. But, let me go set the metal. It'll tell me I'm using the incorrect metal, so we can switch this out, so we can switch this out, so we can switch that out. And there we go. And of course, we're still using the Venoxia build. But yeah, let's do these like 6 fights real quick, or 8, depending on where Devour even falls. You got 2 major gold glory last night? Nice. Also, what is on earth is with the double death gem up there? I feel like I've been getting pretty lucky not seeing that many. In this fight, we've already seen 4. Did they increase the odds of them all of a sudden? A lot of them all around. So did they actually make a forum post on what on earth is happening with the fix? Because someone at the beginning of the stream mentioned they're not going to be able to fix it until next week. So have they actually mentioned what's going to happen with the pet? Because there's a lot of people who probably want to max that pet that can't max the pet this week. Alright, they have made it a full post. Let me go check it real quickly. Let's see. There's going to be a mini patch. Okay. Oh, are we getting a 6.9.5? Oh. Are we actually getting another 6.9 patch? Lester must be so happy. I don't even think he's here right now. We're getting double 69. One of these is the thing. Official news. There it is. Yeah, we are getting another 6.9 patch. Look at that. Wow, they're bringing it down to the absolute wire. The 6.9.5. Where's the post? Gosh, why is this page so broken? I hate that this browser does not work with this page. Let's see. We have released the 6.9.5. Wait, what's this? We have released the 6.5 hotfix on Steam, PlayStation, iOS, Android. We have fixed the missing confirmation pop-up for the trial. Epic Trial offers. We will be restoring these offers back to their original cost with the weekly reset, so it's not happening till Monday. So what's happening for this week then? So Kedar won't be fixed in time. Yeah, so what's happening with Kedar? We just don't get Kedar? Oh no. Let's see. Okay, so they're gonna fix it on Monday, technically. Wait, that means we're in 6.9.5 right now, technically? Yeah, we are. 6.9.5. That's funny. I didn't even notice that thing updated, probably because I have auto update set on Steam. But, that's funny. But yeah, the patch is actually already out. It doesn't do anything until Monday, though. Because the only thing it does is fix the offer thingy. But anyways, what am I doing? I want to go finish out raids, or whatever this thing is, Ward Lore event. Oh, there's Lester. I go with our explosion down. Oh, we can't loop. Actually, no, yeah, I can't loop. Oh wait, we still got it somewheres though. The reason I casted that other one initially is some troops have the ability on themselves. Like, let's say, for example, Truffle. So if you actually cast the other Truffle, it'll still maintain your turn. It does not work with Venoxia because there's no extra turn attached to the troop. So if one of them's frozen, they're both frozen. Oh, you know why we extra turned? We're not frozen on blue. That's the reason we still got it. We're frozen on green and purple, but not blue. Well, one other way to bypass that is if the troop itself has extra turn on ability, it'll end up triggering its extra turn still, even if you're frozen on the other two colors on the other option. Which is most relevant for Truffle, but it falls into place a couple other instances as well. Hello, Coos TV. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. I go take this one over. Hello, Logic Slayer as well. Welcome, welcome. Alright, once we finish this out, I guess we'll go to... I guess we'll do the purple kill grinds. And then do the rest of the time just doing Volkies. Because we're gonna have to do the purple grind regardless, whereas Volkies, you know, you just open any amount today and it wouldn't really matter. Whereas the other thing, we actually have to finish today. Because if we don't, we lose out on at least 20 gems tomorrow, if not more. But you lose a minimum of 20 gems every day you don't do the little daily kill thingy. Which normally gets done pretty much near automatically. Sometimes you have to go out of your way slightly if you get the kill 150 option, which we do have today. Yeah, we're going to be trying for that. Oh no, we're probably still going to try for it on Saturday. I was mentioning earlier I'd probably do it on Saturday. And at this point, yeah, might as well just go all the way with it. Even though we already know what the change is, and technically we could do it any day this week now. Because we know it's not being fixed until Monday. But, oh no, I've been mentioning Saturday this whole time. Might as well save it for Saturday. Anyways, let me go switch this out. Head over to good old magic. Do I want 20% magic? What are we about to run? We're running quick kill, so it doesn't really matter what we run with it. Because all we're doing is running good old Dust Devil build. So all we have to do is just head over here. Boom, 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 boom. Not that one. This one right here. Okay, now all we have to do is click a button a couple times, and then we get our purple kills. We should be averaging about 2 purple kills per fight. Probably closer to 2.5. When are we doing more Mega Man? I don't know when I'm going to be streaming some other games. I was going to do Breath of the Wild this weekend, but I might have to push that back as well. I do want to do more Mega Man. We'll be doing the 4th one next when we do get around to it. But I also want to focus more on Breath of the Wild and the other one that's coming out soon, as that game is actually releasing next Friday, actually, now that I think about it. Wait, is it really next Friday already? Hold up. We might need to do that midway through next week then. Wait, is it that early? I'm pretty sure I've looked up this date like 20 times and I still don't remember it. Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom comes out on... I want to say Friday, right? May 12th. Yeah, this is Friday. Right? Math. numbers. Add together. Yeah, this is Friday. Yeah, this Friday. As in, not tomorrow Friday, but next week's Friday. So, yeah, we need to play Breath of the Wild between now and then. So, yeah, we'll need to find some time to put that in somewheres. Gonna play through the entirety of Breath of the Wild before, that date. Oh, that means we won't be able to do Darkest Dungeon 2 at launch. Because I think that's coming out on Tuesday next week? Monday next week? But that one I don't mind delaying a little bit. We already played the beta for it. We'll wait like a week before we play the actual game. It also allow them to bug fix anything that happens when they bring it over to Steam. As I'm pretty sure there'll be a bunch of, even though it's been in beta for a year and a half, I'm willing to make a bet there will be a ton of week one bugs. So we'll wait on that one. Even though they had it up on Epic Games for all that time, they have not had it up on Steam. There could be any number of additional issues that could pop up. But yeah, after that, after we finish out Tears of the Kingdom, we'll probably focus on the rest of the Mega Man series. Going for 4, 5, and 6. With the 4th one being the next one. But yeah, 3 was quite a bit of fun. I remember the post-game being pretty fun for it too, which we unfortunately weren't really able to get around to, because it would have required too much grinding at the point that we were in. And I'm mostly going for just normal completion for them, and not like post-game stuff. Mostly just like standard storyline and all that. A couple of them had a pretty good post-game though. 3 being pretty noteworthy for it. But the amount of grinding we'd have to do, because like full 200% completion on those games, I want to say the average one takes like 50 to 100 hours. It's pretty high. Whereas just standard completion's closer to like 20, 30 hours for each one. I'll catch you later, Clip Bomb. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome. Alright, I'll check in a few more kills, how many more purples we need. Shouldn't be that many. Though it might be, but it goes pretty quick. Let's see. Yeah, we're halfway there. Hey, not too bad. So how many more fights is that approximately? That's like 35 more fights. Give or take a few. Which means you should take about 6 or 7 more minutes of clicking the auto win button. And then we'll get our 100 gems. It did take a little bit longer, but it's not that bad. And you get like 5 times the gems for it, so it's definitely 100% worth it. The only thing that's slightly annoying about them is you always have to make sure you finish them, otherwise every day you go without finishing it is a loss of at minimum 20 gems per day. That could have been had. Obviously you're not actually losing the gems, but you know what I mean. You're not gaining them, which is the equivalent of not losing, or basically losing them in a sense. Hello, Draco! Welcome, welcome. Breath of the Wild takes about 25 to 35 hours. Okay, we might have to start it this Sunday then. Because I'm definitely going to have to be busy on at least one of the 2 days this weekend. That's pretty flexible which one it can be. So I might just do it on Sunday then, most likely. And then we'll finish out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday might not be enough to do it then. Also, it'll probably take us closer to the 35-hour range, knowing me with open world games. Also, I might do it on normal difficulty just for our sanity. Maybe we'll revisit on max. Because if it did it anything like Age of Calamity did, all they really did was make everything super bullet spongy. While also making them hit for your entire HP bar. Oh yeah, is that something in Breath of the Wild? I know it was in Age of Calamity. Do things overkill you? Or do you have like a focus sash like mechanic? Like if something hits you for 10 hearts and you have 3 hearts, do you go down to a quarter of a heart or do you die in Breath of the Wild? Because that's extremely relevant based on difficulty. Because that was one thing that made cheesing Age of Calamity like so absurdly easy. Because even on max difficulty, nothing could overkill you for your heart number. So as long as you had at least more than 1 heart, they would always bring you down to 1/4, regardless of how high they hit. So even if they hit you for 20, you'd still survive with a 4th, even if you only had like 5 or something. Which means as long as you healed between every hit, you would just live forever. Assuming you had enough food. If you get sidetracked, closer to 50. Oh, you can get downed in 1 hit. Okay, so they probably don't have that mitigation mechanic then. Yeah, we'll probably do it on normal difficulty then. I don't need things one-shotting us every 5 seconds we spawn. If we're doing some kind of puzzle room or something. I played Vampire Survivors back when it was still in beta. I have not played it a single time since it full release though. Maybe we'll do a stream of it someday. We've streamed it like once or twice in the past, but it was when it was still in beta, before it did like its full launch. That game got like absurdly popular out of nowhere as well. I can't remember how I originally found out about it. I think I was just like looking up some Steam games and was like, oh, I saw it there. And then I saw the player number. It's like, whoa! Everyone's playing this game seemingly. And we got around to it some. It was pretty fun. Generally not as big of a fan of the genre, but I did it in a way that was actually pretty decent. Like, I wasn't that big of a fan of, like, Binding of Isaac and stuff like that. Like, I have played it before, but, I don't know, it's kind of average. Whereas Vampire Survivors, I actually enjoyed more than, like, something like Binding of Isaac. Hello, Supernova! Welcome, welcome. Man, we haven't been playing that many roguelikes lately. It is among one of my favorite genres. We will be when Darkest Dungeon 2 comes out soon. It's technically coming out in a couple days, but I'm not sure how much time I'll have to play it on the week it launches. But we'll need to fit it in at some point. Maybe I'll still do one stream for it next week. Let me double check. What's the exact day that it launches? Gosh, I'm gonna just look up everything again. I have probably looked these things up so many times, and my brain just does not remember it for some reason. But what date is Darkest Dungeon 2? Because I'm definitely playing on launch day. Even if it's off stream just for like one run. So I might as well just stream it. May 8th. May 8th is Monday. Oh no, are we gonna do a Monday stream? I'll check my schedule on Monday. I was busy last Monday because of my mom's birthday. I don't think I'm doing anything necessarily this Monday, though. Other than, you know, the video and everything. But, I don't know, I might be able to squeeze it in, we'll see. It'll definitely be a shorter stream. We'll definitely only be doing one run of the game. Or up to a certain point. Because I'm not even sure if you can do a single run of the game. Because I believe they did it in, like, a multi-chapter system. I know originally it was going to be, like, a 5-chapter system. Not sure if they kept with that, scrapped it, changed it for something else, or what on earth they did. But there's no way we can get through all 5 chapters in one session. Unless they scaled back the amount of time it takes by a lot. Though maybe you could, because if it keeps the crew you have, the power creep onto Chapter 2 and onward would be kind of high. It's generally the first chapter that would almost always be the hardest. Unless they basically have you, like, full restart every single chapter. Because the hardest part is getting them to the point where they aren't afflicted with, like, a billion negative effects. And then once they aren't, you just kind of plow through everything. Oh, that was your first donation to a stream? Thank you for that. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon 1 was a lot of fun. And honestly, I'm not sure what the current state of Darkest Dungeon 2 is, because I only played it during, like, the first month or two of the beta. But I actually like Darkest Dungeon 1 more than Darkest Dungeon 2, to be honest. Oh, there we go, we got the purple objective complete. That's kind of all keys. But who knows, maybe it's been changed enough that, we'll think differently now. But it comes out this Monday. What am I doing here? I need, we did that. Okay, we done all the things, so let's just do some Volkies now. We opened 3 so far, and one of those 3 was actually pretty good. We got a silver orb in it, so not bad. Where on earth is Zolgoth? Or not Zolgoth, why am I looking for Zolgoth? I want, this one. Oh, also, I need more magic. Well, let me go set this team first, and then we'll go set to more magic. I don't know, 20% still fine. I like having the higher damage. That damage range is slightly better. Whoa! I haven't seen that in a while. Look at that. Too bad we don't need diamonds. Imagine someone who actually needed diamonds getting this drop. That is, I think this might be the most diamonds I ever hit on one. That is 70 diamonds. 4 diamond drops. Too bad we don't actually need them. Not what I wanted. There we go. I don't think I've ever seen 4 diamond drop yet. Might be the first one. Too bad they're not actually good. At least let's say in the game they're not. Who knows, maybe they're going towards the next mythic. They do eventually want to have 4 copies of him for the fun of it. Just to see what it'll do. And each copy is 4,000. Honestly, I should go around and go get 2 copies of every mythic. It's something I still haven't bothered getting around to. There are a lot of mythics I only have 1 copy of that actually aren't horrible with 2 copies. I've just never really bothered getting the 2nd copy of. I was hoping over time I would just randomly get it. Speaking of diamonds, you have saved 8k diamonds, plus over 2k from the event keys for the Adana Ironhawk coming soon. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with that. Honestly, I almost want to avoid doing the Mythic tier list video until we definitively know what on earth is happening with Adana. Because that could be, like, meta changing. If they tweak it. But if they tweak it, that's quite a factor. That would drastically change a couple things. Most notably Ironhawk, obviously. But a couple of things would actually change relative to it. Like, theoretically, Ferrous Raw becomes better if Ironhawk becomes worse. And a few other things like that. Not because it became any better or worse, but because its usage rate would go up comparatively. Because if Ironhawk got nerfed, the rate of farming souls passively would actually also be nerfed. Which would make Ferrous Raw better. Because then focus farming, soul farming would be slightly more viable. Because right now, you can easily get most of your souls just from running double Ironhawk team only during Vault events. But if you start running 50% slower because you have to go back to using like Rowan or something, or you know, like a one-shot Diamantina or something similar, then you're going to be getting less souls. And if you're getting less souls, then you might need to use Ferrous Raw more to get souls. I don't know, I want to hope that they don't nerf Ironhawk. But Adana is a very suspicious kingdom to be getting a kingdom rework. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, I don't even care what they buff. I just want to see Ironhawk not get touched. Or at least its trait anyways. They can do whatever they want with the ability. They can make it the best or worst ability in the game. Doesn't really matter. Just don't touch the trait. Or if you do touch the trait, get rid of like Impervious or something, or whatever else it has. It doesn't have Impervious. Get rid of Impervious, but keep the trait. Because it not having Impervious would mean pretty much nothing for most instances. The one thing I know for sure they're not going to nerf, they're never going to nerf this thing. It's under the category of Zolgoth in that it's one of those things that's so expensive to get, or, you know, so hard to get, that it can only ever be buffed. It's never going to get nerfed. And I feel like that's for the longest time is why why Ironhawk has never been nerfed. Is because to make a viable Ironhawk team, you don't just need one Ironhawk, but you need 2 or 3 of it. Which means it costs substantially more resources than your average mythic. And for the longest time, I assume that is why they have never nerfed it. And if they don't nerf it for this Adana event, I'm pretty sure that's still the reason why they haven't nerfed it. Is because it's among one of the more expensive mythics in the entire game. As you require 2 copies of it before you can even start using it. To any degree that's effective. Making it at least double the cost of a standard mythic. When's the Adana rework? Should be in about 2 weeks. There's an Adana event that week. The last time that happened, it actually got delayed, like when they did the Broken Spire one last year. But generally speaking, if there's a Kingdom rework planned for a month, it is during the campaign week. And Adana event week is, I believe, 3 Mondays from now. Not next Monday, but 2 Mondays after that. Actually, we can see it in game. I can go check in a second. It's either 2 Mondays from now or 3 Mondays from now. I don't remember. One or the other. Let's see. We can actually check through the campaign itself, oddly enough. Go over to here. Yeah, 2 Mondays from now. So not 3 days from now, but that following Monday, which is the date of that is the 15th. So on the 15th is when that is occurring. That's pretty soon. 2 Mondays from now. But yeah, the 15th. Assuming it does not get delayed, we should be having an Adana rework on that day. As well as obviously an Adana event week and everything. And an Adana Kingdom Pass, I'm pretty sure, as well, and all that. Basically everything Adana that you could ever imagine. Which is another way to check it too. Terran's Road probably shows it too. If we go check Terran's Road real quick. Because that means we should see on Monday a Kingdom event with like 3 things coming out. 3 troops and all that. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Unless it gets delayed. It is all planned for May 15th, which is the date we just looked up. And we can see it there again. Because we're getting a Kingdom Pass, we're getting a Kingdom rework, we're getting a Kingdom everything. But, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what exactly happens then. But it does seem to be definitively on May 15th, unless they're delaying it last minute. Oh, that's not the battle I wanted. But everything is planned for that date. Oh, what am I doing? Gosh, can I click on the correct mode? I've misclicked on that mode like a billion times. Let's open a few more Volkies. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening to Adana on that day. Kingdom rework, Kingdom Pass. Unfortunately, most of those troops we won't have immediately. Oh, also, that will be the first day we get to see the 6.9 change in regard to Kingdom Passes. They made some tweaks to them. I can't remember what most of them were. But I believe they made crowns like absurdly easier to get. Which is something I keep forgetting to mention whenever I mention any changes with 6.9. Mostly because it's not a change we've really gotten to see yet. However, that's one of the bigger changes in 6.9 is they actually made not only the campaign passes easier to complete, but they also made Kingdom passes easier to complete. No longer do you have the diminishing return on crowns. I believe it also tells you how many of the crowns you've gotten per day as well. But yeah, they got rid of that really annoying diminishing return mechanic that everyone's been saying to get rid of since like day one and since before the beta and everything. But yeah, they finally got rid of it. It took them a couple years, a little late, but better late than never. But they finally removed the diminishing return on Kingdom Pass. So the first one is as easy to get as the 10th one, whereas before the 10th one could take you longer than the other 9 combined if you got unlucky enough. But now they are all weighted evenly. Oh yeah, you also get 2 crowns instead of 1, which doesn't really make much sense. Why not just make it like half the amount? But I guess that kind of works. But yeah, not only do you get twice the amount of crowns, but they're all weighted evenly. Though we don't know exactly the frequency of how they're weighted evenly, though. Like, they could be slightly harder to find now, but all be weighted evenly at that rate. Well, we'll find out when it happens. Because that's one thing that wasn't really clarified, is the actual rate at which we'll get them. Like, are we talking 5 minutes for completion, 3 minutes, 10 minutes? Because 10 minutes would be even longer than before. I would assume, like, 3 to 5-ish minutes now. Instead of the original, like, 8 to 15. Depending on how unlucky you got on the final one. But I'd assume it's about 3 to 5 now, which would be basically half the amount of time. Also, I believe it takes place on a shorter duration, doesn't it? Wasn't it only like 2 weeks now? Oh yeah, instead of 5 weeks, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, you mentioned that too. So instead of it lasting forever, it only lasts for 2 weeks, which is nice. It's a 10% chance per battle. Isn't that the same rate it already was? Okay, that's cool then. So yeah, that should be a pretty high rate then. And that means it would take roughly 50 battles, give or take, depending on luck. Which honestly isn't that bad. 50 battles to get it completed. And you are allowed to quick kill, so you can just go to explore 1 quick kill. Literally what we're doing right now. Or not what we're doing right now, but what we were doing earlier, I mean. Let's see, we'll take that. Come on, mana. Oh, 10%. Oh, that's just a guess. Oh, I thought they already mentioned it. Never mind. Oh, we'll find out when we do it. I won't really know until the day of, then. And even then, we might not even know, because we'll need more data than just 1 day to really get a grasp of how long it'll take. I will time them the first several times to see how long it takes, though. I want to hope it's under 5 minutes per day, because that'd be quite an improvement compared to before. Because before, it was about an average of 8 minutes for completion, with the upper range reaching as high as like 12 to 15. So I'm hoping it's like at 3 to 5-ish now. I'll bring up a timer every day on that week and see what they come out to. Hey, 666. I'll open a few more of these keys. Probably go down to 660, I think. Maybe 650, we'll see. I don't want to consume too many of these, though. I want to make them last until next Vault event, which I don't believe is until later this month. Actually, I don't even know when next Vault event is. Let me go check. Before, we didn't even know the date, but I believe we do as of version 6.9. I just haven't checked since then. Next Vault event is on the day of the June 2nd. Oh gosh. Okay, that's a little while from now. Oh, we got a lot of things going on next Friday. The first Friday of next month. Because we have new Mythic, we have Vault events, and we'll have whatever the other event is. So that's going to be a very busy weekend, particularly Friday. But yeah, this is a while from now. June 2nd is next Vault event. Also, that will be after the Adana rework, so we'll see what's happening with Ironhawk. Because we might need a plan B for that event. If something's happening with Ironhawk. Not sure what the plan will be. Might need to start running mid-level Explorer. With like a Diamantina team or something. Because I can win about 4 times per minute. 50% slower than the other thing, but you can win at a much higher level range, comparatively. Like, we could probably pretty consistently bring this up to Explorer 8, I want to say. You have to keep in mind the bulkier gnomes as well, so maybe even Tier 7. But Tier 7, Tier 6, we should be able to one-shot pretty easily. You just have to factor in all the gnomes that would be able to resist it. Because you definitely want to make sure you can one-shot all of them if you're doing something like that. Including that 0 attack gnome. which has very high durability. I'll open another 10, might as well. Already came this far. Vault keys are easily one of those things where it's always like, just one more. And then an hour later, you've opened like 80 more. Vault key is one of those currencies where when you have a ton of it, you just keep burning through it. I don't feel like I do the same with other keys in the game. Mostly because Vault keys have one of the most enticing drop tables in the game. Especially once you have every mythic. Because, like, gem keys have nothing in it. Like, tomorrow they will because there's a mythic there. A new mythic coming out. But generally speaking, they don't really have anything that you would need, like, ultra late in the game. Whereas, Vault keys still do. They have pet orbs, they have those, forge orbs. Got those good old glory orbs, of which we got one of them today. The, silver one. Oh, something good? Oh, forging! Yeah, there was something good. Hey. Oh, we got 2 good orbs today, then. We got a forging, and a major forging, and we got a silver. Not bad. Oh, wait, I replaced the wrong number. Wait, wrong number. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mistakes have been made. There we go. It has been fixed. There was a small Gems of War update. It doesn't take place until next Monday. But the 6.9.5 update, all it did was it added a warning screen to the buying of the star pets. So whenever you do that for the new trial system, there'll be a warning on the menu, and it'll be reverted back from the current 1 million that it is back to 200. But yeah, that hotfix that happened today doesn't take effect until next Monday. But that's all it did. It just fixed the issue that the trials were having. Not the difficulty of the trials, but just the just the getting of the star pet portion of it. Which does mean that does not affect this kingdom, unfortunately. Whoa! Back-to-back major forgings! I think that was our first ever back-to-back forge. Of the major variety. Not bad. We've been going pretty dry on them. Nice to see a double out of nowhere. Can we go for a triple? Could you imagine? Still could. I'm gonna keep going until we see one more major. I want to see if we get to triple back-to-back. That one was literally back-to-back battles. Let's see if we can get back-to-back orbs. Or back-to-back-to-back, I mean. Yeah, that's a small one. That doesn't count. We'll keep going until we find one more major orb. Just to see if we can get to triple forging. No, they didn't fix anything else with 6.9. They only fixed the pet part of the trials, and that is it. Well, there was one other mini thing, but I believe that was the only thing in it. I'll reread it again later. It's hard to read it on that broken page I was looking at. But to my understanding, the only thing they did was the rework to the star pet thing. Actually, did they post that on the website itself? Yeah, let me go check real quick. Because I checked it on the forum, but I didn't check on the thing. If I click on patch notes, is it actually here? Oh, it is. Yeah, 6.9.5 hotfix. We have fixed a missing confirmation pop-up on the Epic trial offer, which is what I was talking about. We have fixed an issue with the victory defeat music. Would continue to play until the next battle, overriding other music in the game. Let's see. We have fixed a potential lockup in early levels of the game. if a weapon was not unlocked. And we have fixed an issue. We're playing the final world quest would cause the quest menu to appear over the other menus. So yeah, basically they were just fixing this. There's a few other small hotfixes there. But nothing much, as you would expect from a small hotfix. But it's mostly just changing the, or fixing the system, but it doesn't take place until next Monday. Yeah, very small mini patch. Mostly just to fix a couple bugs that the most recent patches caused. We don't have mana. We'll take it that way then. Oh, that was already enough to kill. Perfect. Hey, come on, one more orb. Keep going until we see one more orb. Get the triple back-to-back-to-back forging. Alright, final orb. Let's see. Alright, final orb of the stream. Is it a forging? No, I thought it was for a second because I saw the orange. No, double's the best we're gonna get. Let's do our first double. We'll take it. Oh, a 31 tribute. That means a 32. Not bad. Anyways, guys, I think we'll end it here for now. We will be back tomorrow, and we'll have a video going up early tomorrow morning going over the new Mythic. It's not that bad at all, the new Mythic. It's a Doomskull spammy troop. It's very similar to the Worm Run troop. It's basically exactly him, except better. But yeah, they're basically just adding a better version of this guy. So if you're a fan of using him, they're adding a better version of it tomorrow. So we might try getting a few copies of it to see what he can do with multiple, as it's definitely a gimmick that would be interesting to see how that pans out. Other than that, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. We got an arena event, so pretty much no event this weekend. However, tomorrow night, I guess we will mess with arena a little bit. Saturday night, we'll go do the entirety of the trial system. For any of you guys who've been wanting us to finally go do it. I was mostly just waiting on confirmation on what would happen with the hotfix and everything, which we have gotten today. But so technically we could do that at any point, but we're still gonna save it for Saturday. And yeah, then we'll go from there. That is the game plan. And we'll have the video on the Mythic going up soon. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will catch all of you guys later. And thanks for stopping by. Goodbye, everyone. But thanks for watching.